Josh, what would you like to see from the offense in terms of improvement going forward in this last stretch of the season now that you guys are home by? Where do you think that you guys can improve or make the most progress?
We can continue to improve just in our style of play and overall execution every time we step on the field. Just executing at a high level throughout the game, just playing a complete game. Not starting slow, but starting fast. Finishing strong and playing well throughout the middle parts as well.
Just the recent history of this series, last 4 games decided by 11 points, particularly last year when y'all were favored by a lot and went down to the wire. How much does that kind of play into your mind, just knowing this, no matter what the records are, this is a game that you need to be careful of?
You got to be careful about every single game, especially in the SEC. So, especially when you're on the road in the SEC as well. You're going to have to bring your A game. You're going to go into someone else's house and come out with the W. And we understand that. That we're going to get the best shot, and we're going to go out and compete for 60 minutes, and we have to be locked in from start to finish. You can't have any mental lapses, but just playing a complete game of football.
West, Paul, Jimmy, Patrick.
Josh, I know you're a guy who likes to look at the next game rather than the previous one, but I wonder if you could talk about a couple of years ago, that game in Columbia. It had to be a special one for you to kind of lead the team to a comeback like that. And it seemed like maybe the entire team's belief that y'all could be pretty good got a lot bigger after that game.
Yeah, it was my first start that year, and it was a great team win. Just being able to come back with the deficit we had with 4 minutes left to go in the game, but just continuously to fight to come out victorious. So we go on the road, and you never know what's going to happen, so you have to be prepared for anything, and we'll be excited for this opportunity this weekend.
Josh, you guys are sitting 5-2, realistically have a chance to get to the SEC championship game, and I know technically you probably don't think that far ahead, but does it feel differently going into this kind of last stretch than maybe the last couple of years where you're maybe fighting for a bowl game or just getting to a normal bowl where there's a little bit more on the table here?
Well, of course it feels differently. The stakes are obviously higher, and we understand that. So our goal is just to focus in on each week. Each week is a 1-game season. We were 1-0 last week, we won the bye week with our preparation, our rest, and recovery, and our goal is to be 1-0 this week. We're in our preparation leading up to the game, so we can go out and compete at a high level on Saturday.
Patrick, Steve.
Just a couple of things. How do you get off to better starts? Because you mentioned trying to get over the hump there. How do you get off to better starts? And secondly, what are your thoughts on South Carolina's defense?
Get off to better starts is just executing early in the game, and South Carolina, they're top 10 in the nation in red zone defense. They do a great job of keeping opponents out of the end zone. So from our standpoint, red zone scoring, red zone efficiency is one of the determining factors in winning ball games. So when we get down there, we definitely have to execute and get the ball in the end zone rather than settle for field goals to be successful.
Josh, a couple questions. I'll do one at a time, I guess. First of all, going back, kind of following up to that game 2 years ago, you've had some pretty special performances and pretty big wins. I guess where does that one rank in among those?
It was definitely something I think about. Just being your first win that year, and how it propelled us to get to a bowl game and finish out that season strong. So I guess I haven't really looked back at it much. I'm just constantly just focusing on the next task. But it definitely was a good one for us.
And secondly, what did you do over the bye week? Did you go home? Did you kind of get away from football? How did you kind of approach having an open weekend?
Yeah, never really get away from football, but was able to go home, spend some time with the family, go back to the high school game, to their homecoming game. So it was fun to be around for the hometown Alpharetta and going back to high school and everything. And it was just good to kind of get out of Knoxville and just take a deep breath and come back, refocus, and recharge to finish out the season.